And
what's up, everybody? I wasn't going to talk on this subject, but it keeps raising its ugly ass fucking head. And the subject is gun violence. Now, I'm sure by now everybody saw that video in Florida, that video from Florida, where that white man shot and killed that brother who was defending his wife. All right, now apparently white boys is rolling around with guns on them, acting like the everything police. The brother and his wife pulled up. The story is they parked in a handicap slot. The man went inside the store. I think he had his little boy with him, had the child with him, and the woman was in the car. So the white guy rolls up, starts beefing at her about being in a handicapped parking spot, and he yelling and hollering at her. I couldn't really hear the video, but I was told that he was yelling and screaming at her, and probably yelling obscenities and talking dumb shit to her. And the brother came out the store, and he saw the guy yelling at his wife, and he shoved the guy to the ground. The guy rolled up, pulled out his gun, and shot the dude and killed him. Now, I happened to notice that once the guy pulled out his gun, the brother started backing away from him, and he shot him anyway. Now, this is in Florida, so you know how Florida get down. Ever since Trayvon Martin was murdered by George Zimmerman, all of these white boys is thinking that it gives them a fucking license to play, sheriff and executioner, along with everything else, and just kill black people, black men, unarmed black men, pretty much because they want to and at will, because they stand a better than 80% chance of getting away with it. So that's what happened here, because the sheriff already came out and said that they're not going to bring charges against this guy because what happened falls within the Florida Stand Your Ground law. Now, my thing is, I've been anti-gun, on the record for being anti-gun for a long time, and I'm still anti-gun. And I believe that had there been no gun, there wouldn't have been no murder, because the white boy would have either had to fight or take our ass whooping or get back in his car or mind his own fucking business or something and let that be that. But because he was armed with a firearm, because he had a gun on him, it went and escalated to a murder. The same thing happened with one of my co-workers here. I'm not going to say her name, and I'm not going to say where I work, but one of my co-workers had a situation where she got, I want to think she felt verbally abused by her husband, and instead of, them having an argument, she wound up shooting him in the back of the head. Now, if she didn't have a gun, she'd have had to figure out some other way to deal with that abuse. But he wouldn't have been shot in the back of the head and critically wounded. I guess my point is, guns take everything to another level. Guns take everything to another level, where you have that option of killing somebody or seriously wounding somebody, or yourself, in a situation where you are under a lot of stress or in a bad situation where you can't seem to resolve it through any other means. Guns add that deadly option to the situation. And to me, if guns were controlled, restricted, then that option wouldn't be there, and a lot fewer people would be getting killed or seriously injured by guns. Now, on the subject of white boys and their fear of black people, they carry around guns because they're deathly afraid of us. And they know that if they have their gun on them, they feel some sort of equalization is taking place. So now they're going around starting shit with black people and hoping that we get mad and put our hands on them so they can shoot and kill one of us, especially here in this sorry-ass state of Florida. And they know that chances are they're going to get away with it. Well, that's kind of fucked up, and that speaks to their overall cowardice. I'm going to do another video on this later on, but right now it's just showing what cowards these white people are and how we need to control the proliferation of firearms in this country, and especially in these states like Florida. You see. Yeah, I'm going to do a more in-depth video on this subject, but right now, off the top of my head, that's what I wanted to say. All right? So long for now, TC, and I'm out.